Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I wanted to try to get this video up for you guys. Everybody was wanting to know how I calculated how to make the envelopes, how to calculate what size paper to cut, and that kind of thing. So I have made up some templates for you guys, and I will have these linked below. It's got your envelope size, your template size, card size, and then what size you cut your paper on all of these. That is an A7, there's an A2, A1, square 6x6, square, let's see, no, this is a square 5.5 by 5.5, square 6x6, and then an A6 template. But I'm going to show you how to come up with your own template if you have a weird card size. So this is an A6. This is the size of the card. I have just made exactly the size of the card out of just some cardstock. So it's 4.5 by 6.25. That's an A6 card. So what you do to make you a template, and it's better to make your template first and then you've got everything else made. So to make your template, all you want to do is take these measurements and add a 1/2 inch on. So this is 4.5. So we're going to make this 5, so we're going to add a 1/2 inch onto that. This is 6.25. We're going to add a 1/2 inch on, so to make this template 6 3/4. So this template's going to be 6 3/4 by 5. That is a 1/2 inch added to your card. Now what I do is I cut my template out of just some scrap lightweight chipboard. These are just backings off of paper packs. Now to determine the size of your paper, if this is an odd size card, so in other words if it's not square, what you need to do is take your largest measurement and add 3 inches on there. So our largest measurement is 6 1/4, so we want to add 3 inches onto that, so that would be 9 1/4, and you cut your paper at a square size. So 9 1/4 by 9 1/4 is the size that you want your paper cut, and that's this size right here. Take your template, not your card, but your template, lay it down on your paper with the points like this, like I'm showing, and then you're going to I marked my center on my templates there and there, and you want this little mark to point right to that edge right there, right to that point. Now what I do is I use my long ruler. If you don't have a long ruler, then just use a yardstick, just something like that that you can put from one point to the other. And I'm trying to turn this where you can see. So there is that point. So I need to move my card over. There's the center. And then I need to move that to that point. So then I need to slide this card back up under there. And it may take you a minute. And I just do this because I like to have all my little edges even. You can guess at it, eyeball it, whatever. That looks pretty good right there. Then once I have that about where I want it, just kind of give it another look-see. Then I take the bottom and just fold it up. I just do a little light fold up over my template like that. And then I go to the other side and I do the same thing. So if you go ahead and fold this over, then when you bring this one over, you can tell if you're going to be even on both sides or not. See, my points look pretty even there. If they don't, then just kind of adjust. So go ahead and fold that. Okay. And then you want to bring this one up and leave that folded over there, the little edges folded over. So I just kind of do it with my finger first before I actually fold it. Okay. And then you want to bring this one down. It's so much easier when you make your template. Okay, so there is basically our envelope. Now I'm going to take the template out and I'm going to go back and I'm going to reinforce all my score lines. Just like that. And then, like I like to do, you can leave these folded over, these little edges if you want to, but I'd rather trim them out. To me, it just looks a little bit more professional. Makes the card look a little bit neater. So I just trim them out kind of rounded like that. You can see that. So I just go where those lines intersect, and then I just trim it out, and I don't leave a point there. I kind of cut all that point off. Just kind of makes it rounded. Makes it look a little bit neater to me. That. And just practice on some scrap paper. Just get you some old scrap paper out and practice on scrap paper if you want to first before you actually make your first one, but they're not hard at all. Making your template is the main thing, and then just remember that on your odd measurement cards like this, you're going to add 3 inches to the largest size. And then I'll tell you in just a minute how you're going to make your square size cards. Okay, so that's what we have. There's our envelope, but I don't like this point sticking up. So what I'm going to do is take my pencil, wherever it might be. My pencil is missing. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to mark both sides of that down to where that is, and then I'm just going to cut that off. I'm just going to go straight across from point to point. And there is my envelope. Isn't that neat? So let's go ahead and put a little bit of glue down here. And then press that down. Now you can make this out of pattern paper too. You don't have to make envelopes out of cardstock. And I'm just using regular cardstock. Oh, I'm trying to put the template in there. We don't want to put the template in there. Put the card in there, and there you go. And these are made with a little bit extra room, so if your card is a little bit thicker, it's still going to go down in here. Okay? So there is your card. That is the A6. Now to do your square card, you're going to do your adding just a little bit different when you get your paper size. This is a 6x6 template. Let's just go here first. This is a 6x6 card. It's 6 inches by 6 inches. So we're going to add the 1/2 inch on to get our template. So our template is 6.5 by 6.5. Now to get our paper size, what size paper you need, when it's a square card, you're going to add 4 inches instead of 3, like we did on the odd size cards. So to this, you're going to add 4 inches. So just do 4 inches. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're going to have a 10 by 10 piece of paper. All right, I'm going to go over that one more time. This is a 6x6 card. So 6 inches by 6 inches. In order to get my template, I'm going to add a 1/2 inch onto each one of these. So that would be 6.5 by 6.5. Then in order to determine my paper size that I need to cut to do a envelope, I need to add 4 inches onto this number instead of 3. So add 4 inches onto that. That's going to give you a 10 by 10 piece of paper. So this is a 10 by 10 piece of paper. And I've kind of already laid it in there, but I didn't want to cut another piece of paper. So 10 by 10, lay your template in there. And I marked my template, so make sure that your little points are pointing directly to these points, like that. As close as you can get. And then go ahead, once you get it centered up, go ahead and start folding around your template. So fold it all around your template, just like that. Okay, we've got it folded around our template. I'm going to go ahead and reinforce those score lines. Reinforce. Okay. And then I am going to go ahead and cut out where these score lines intersect here. Just going to cut them out at a little bit of just a little circle looking thing there. You can do just a square cut if you want. That's up to you. It's really not going to show, but I just like the looks of it. Alright, now all you need to do, see our card fits in there, just put your glue on here. Fill that up. And then you can slide your card down in there. And there is your envelope. That's for your 6x6. Okay, I hope all of that made sense. And like I said, all these templates, the write-up, everything will be listed below. It'll have a link there so you can go over and print these off. Just make sure when you print your templates that you are printing at full, like 100%, or some of them will say normal. I don't know what your printer might say. So just make sure that you print it at 100%. Because these are on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. But if something happens, all you need to do is just cut out a piece of paper that is your template size, 5 by 6 3/4. So that's what this is right here. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and so sorry it took me so long to get it to you, and I'm sorry that I sound a little bit foggy today, but this headache is just about to get the best of me. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks to all of you new subscribers. I really appreciate you subscribing. And normally we have videos up about 5 or 6 times a week. This week has just been a little bit different because we've had some chronic migraines. So, but we will talk to you guys later.